Honorable Sheikh Saleh Al-Waji from World Zakat Forum. Assalamualaikum, Sheikh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Honorable the Dean of Faculty of Economics Management, Professor Nanung Nuriyartono, dear respectable the Head of Department of Islamic Economics Finance, IPB University, Dr. Asep Nur Halim, dear respectable Secretary of the Department of Islamic Economics, IPB University, Dr. Laili Dwi Arsyanti, dear respectable the Head of Committee of the 2022 Winter Course, Ms. Yakti Mahanani, Honorable all lecturer of Department of Islamic Economics, IPB University, and also the respectable all of participants in this forum. Thank you for attending the closing ceremony of the 2022 Islamic Economics Winter Course. We are very honored to have you with us once again. We have had a productive and enlightening time together. Unfortunately, this event has to come to an end. We hope you have found this program are informative and helpful, and we hope you have been enjoying yourself at the program so far. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, for this section, Sheikh Saleh Alawi will share and talk and discussion with us about digitalization and contemporary zakat. Sheikh Salawi, we are very honored to have you with us today. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Sheikh Alawi is doctor. Waalaikumsalam. Sheikh Alawi is doctor in business administration, part-time in the University of Florida, 2016 and 2022 USA. MBA from Southern New Hampshire University of USA, Bachelor in Business Administration from King Abdulaziz University. I have go to conference in New York, Mr. Saleh, 2 months ago in United Nations headquarters. And I also speak a little bit Arabic because I live in Jordan. I live in Jordan in takriban 8 months. So a little bit I can understand Arabic. Okay. We have 1 hour to discuss about digitalization of zakah. And unfortunately, we don't have any Q&A session because we have to continue to another program, to another session.
Okay.
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 Thank you very much for your time, sir. The time is yours. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for having me today with you. I'm in fact on the move. I'm traveling to UK. We have towards the end of this month the World Zakat Waqf Forum meeting. This is the first physical, almost full house meeting, which is going to be held in Leeds in UK. So I'm on the way, traveling to Europe. I hope, inshallah, that we meet with some of the colleagues that are the Secretary General and the deputies from the World Zakat Waqf Forum. There, I was invited this year to speak to your graduates or your cohorts, and it is my pleasure to speak about the digitalization in the arena of social financing or social funding, which is in many countries of Muslim countries and other countries where we have Muslim communities are being applied. So I start my presentation by saying Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم يا من علمت إبراهيم وفهمت سليمان علمنا وفهمنا وزدنا علما. اللهم بارك فيما نقول وما نفعل. نسأل الله أن يجعل فيما نقول الفائدة للجميع. I have sent your colleagues a presentation on slides. So if you do just put it on the screen so I can go by sequence and have this presentation a little bit lively, because the subject is our subject. It's very important, and it is contemporary financing using the digitalization in order to help the collection agencies or the collecting agencies of zakat, as well as the distribution, reaching out for mustahiqeen of zakat, as well as for awqaf, and how we can benefit out of this technology. So can you please just put up my presentation?
Okay, maybe
can you share the
share.
presentation? Can you share it, please?
Yes. The operator, can you share the presentation from share?
I've sent it to the Secretariat. I hope that they have it to share it.
Yes, we already have it, sir.
Okay. 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 As you see on this first slide, the digital technology and its impact on Islamic social finance. What we mean by social finance, if you just continue with the second slide, please. Yeah. The presentation is going to be into the following sequence: introduction, and then the Islamic social finance, ISF, blockchain technology on Islamic social finance. You will find it sometimes called social funding, but it is like the same meaning, so it's used mostly interchangeably. So there is no difference between calling it, at least from my point of view, between social financing and social funding. And then we have impact of technology on zakat, and we'll give at the end some examples. Countries using technology in Islamic social finance, and global Islamic fintech, GIFT, GIFT, and there is a report on 2022. I may share with you some of the findings or the results of such report. When we say social financing, we don't limit that on zakat, waqf, or sadaqat. It can be even for other uses, which I cannot remember now, but it is mainly for these three major uses, which is zakat, waqf, and sadaqat. And then at the end, we will arrive to a conclusion. Next, please. Next slide. The digital technology in Islamic finance, it plays nowadays a remarkable role in providing services to customers, if we call them customers, or recipients, or distributors, in a very convenient way. It also can provide fastest form, and the users, the recipients, the distributors can easily access the services and products of the Islamic funding, the Islamic finance. And it is an industry by the way it became an industry a separate industry under the financing family of products, and it is flourishing, and the number of users is becoming larger and larger day by day. It's also in the workplaces and in other public places. So it can be used because it is today handy. The digital means can be today in our computers, laptops, iPads, handheld devices. So this makes it easy for whoever wants to use the digital financing through these digital devices. Next, please. It is named today, and the terminology fintech that you hear today, it is actually two words. It's financial technology, but for the easy and fast use, they have amalgamated both words to become fintech. And today, fintech is the hype, and most of the central banks, ministries of finances in different countries, they urge and they support the banking or the financial sector as a whole to resort to fintech in order to make it easier for users, customers, and people that deal with the different financial transactions. So it is financing and technology fintech. Using the technology innovation in financial transactions and in different services and products, making it much easier for people, and it doesn't have to have special knowledge for the users. The users can easily deal with it and use it on daily basis. It is with the user 24/7. So you can, if you want, for example, to contribute with sadaqah, or you want to pay your zakat. This is in countries where you don't have institutions dedicated by the authorities or by the government to collect zakat. So you can pay your zakat if you are not someone that is eligible or someone that is responsible, committed to pay zakat to certain institutions that are devoted for collecting zakat, like in my country in Saudi Arabia. For businesses, you have to pay zakat through the Zatka, which is the zakat authority in Saudi Arabia. It's for zakat and taxes as well. But for individuals, in Saudi Arabia, I am taking it as an example, you can pay your zakat voluntarily, but they made it easy for you to reach to Zatka by paying zakat through the digital means, and we will be seeing this later. So in the Islamic financial sector, the fintech ensures Sharia compliance, and this is very important for us as Muslims because we have to take the latest in the technology while preserving the rules and regulations and teachings of our faith. We have all the time to observe these rules and regulations and not to do anything that contradicts with our basic ritual rules. While at the same time, we also have to give all the social responsibilities the concern that it deserves. Thank you. Please, next. Okay. There is no need for time consumed for wondering about the branch network of Islamic financial institutions because it's obvious, and we can notice that day by day, because the fintech at all levels, all types of activities are changed through the digital form. And we see this in the conventional uses of financial transactions as well as the Islamic transactions. But we always, as I have said earlier, need to observe the Islamic financial rules and regulations, especially by the Islamic financial institutions. Fintech in Islamic finance should strictly follow and implement the basic rules of Sharia, or all Sharia principles, and the jurisprudences in the respective jurisdictions in Muslim countries. And if it is not in a Muslim country, so it's within the Muslim community in any country in the world. We strongly discourage any activity that is not according to the Islamic Sharia by paying interest or bribery, embezzlement, gambling, cheating, or any unethical financing activities. And these are basic rules, but we have always to observe that the digitization or the digitalization accommodate these concerns. Next, please. We abbreviate Islamic social finance as an ISF. So it's a type of finance that is based on Islamic principles and aims to create a prosperous community by assisting the needy, the poor, the fragile classes and weak classes of Muslim communities or Muslim countries. It is a financial system that aims to empower the social economy in the communities or in the Muslim countries. Next, please. So ISF has also been used in several countries with a great deal of success as an instrument in solving social economic problems or issues or needs, including Malaysia, Pakistan, Indonesia, the UK, and Saudi Arabia. And I assume it is probably available in other countries, but I'm just giving here examples just for the sake of time and to take benefit of time. Next, please. The role of Islamic social financing or funding instruments is not only in the majority Muslim countries, but also in minority Muslim countries, such as the role of zakat in providing supportive programs for poor in Singapore. Of course, we don't consider, for example, Singapore as a Muslim country, but they have a big Muslim community. The role of Islamic social funding or finances to support economic resilience in the UK, and the role of zakat in creating prosperity in Germany, France, and Croatia. Next, please. So it's obvious that it can be utilized in different countries, regardless of the majority faith of the country, whether Muslims or not Muslims, but it can be directed to the targeted classes of the society, especially the fragile class, which includes poor families and needy recipients. So the social financing or the ISF, the Islamic social financing, is considered a significant opportunity area for Islamic fintech. This means that potentially tapping into the multi-billion-dollar Islamic social financing pool is a great objective or goal that comprises zakat, which is the obligatory charity for don't know what is zakat means, and 4 sadaqah, which is voluntary charity, and waqf, which is the endowment. I don't know about the audience of this class, whether all of them are Muslims or non-Muslims, but it is important to let everybody knows about this, and we welcome whoever wants to imitate or follow suit with the Islamic applications in the Islamic social financing, even if the targeted classes of the society are not Muslims, because in Islam we can give charity, which is sadaqah, for non-Muslims. And as you know, the endowments in Islam, it is the Islamic faith was the leading for the endowment, and the endowment was first known to the whole world from the Muslim civilization. So we can maybe elaborate on this later. This itself has the potential to contribute anywhere upwards of 200 billion towards social programs and projects internationally. This is maybe a very conservative estimate, as we think that we can go beyond this number, but this is maybe the minimum number we can today see or collect as in terms of statistical information. But myself, I believe that this number is subject to be double or triple in very short number of years. Next, please. And we're talking about the different countries that introduced regulatory initiatives in IFS on the fintech, which will help provide imputes to the growth of the interest of the growth of their national Islamic fintech. For example, Saudi Arabia has onboarded another 9 fintech tools or products into its regulatory sandbox. The sandbox, it is like a stage before they release any of these products for testing it before it is being used by the public. This shows the commitment to grow fintech, Islamic fintech in Saudi Arabia, and I assume that it is the same case in Indonesia, Malaysia, some of the Gulf countries, and probably in some Muslim communities in Europe, maybe in North America or South America as well. But excuse my ignorance about the development in other countries, and probably in some African countries, but subcontinent countries. But because we don't follow up all the time, I think it's the role of you as this advanced program students from different countries to contribute with such information in the different applications or literature, or even on the websites of especially the World Zakat Waqf Forum. We welcome such information, because having such statistics would help us first to learn about the development of such tools and instruments in different countries, and as well as updating the data that we have, and follow up with different countries to determine the success in applying fintech. And the World Zakat Waqf Forum would be so pleased to learn about that and to help by exchanging knowledge and information between its member institutions and countries. Next, please. You know about the blockchain technology, and you must have heard about it. It is the secure technology to be used in financial transactions, especially in financial transactions, and it can be used also in other uses, especially for ministries of justice and for selling real estate, also for the exchange of ownership, and to have the title deeds of different property. So blockchain today with it is very high, secure, encrypted technology is a solution for most of the fintech transactions. So if you don't have an idea about the blockchain technology, you may search that to learn more about it. It is being used now in some of the countries, and it is recognized by central banks in financial technology and the fintech transactions. So this is one of the main pillars of doing fintech is the blockchain technology. It also would significantly help in building greater trust, confidence, and transparency, which are essential for changing community mindset to align with one of the broader objectives of Sharia to remove difficulties and hardships. There exist opportunities therefore for Islamic fintechs and Islamic fintech tools to provide such initiatives, which offers both social benefits to the donors and beneficiaries, or the zakat payers and the recipients of zakat, and economic benefit to the Islamic social fintech entrepreneurs and investors. Today, there are many entrepreneurs from these communities, Islamic communities and Islamic countries, who work on improving some of the uses, or even coming up with initiatives, and with their great creativity, they also come up with many of the tools that are helping the needy classes of our Islamic societies in Muslim countries or in other countries where we have Muslim communities. Next, please. Here we are talking about the impact of technology on zakat. The advancement of zakat digitization can significantly improve the convenience of zakat payment services at zakat institutions, and we will get to this later. We will show you some of these uses, and I'm sure that you have maybe learned about such uses in your respective countries or in your respective institutions or communities. The zakat payers would be able to calculate their zakat like as individuals. Today, you are like an individual that does not have, for example, a business that you run, but you have your own wealth that is maybe inherited, or you do have your salary, maybe you have a small farm, or you do have some small business activity that's not registered, but it is like a small family business. As a Muslim and you want to pay your zakat, we do have some calculators, and these are online calculators you can use by inputting all the information on your wealth, and then the calculator would do you the exact computation of the zakat you should be paying. And this is very helpful for people, as I said earlier, that do have like their own small business activity, maybe from home business activity, or they have inherited some like a property or farm, and they want to pay their zakat as Muslims. They know that this is, as long as they reach the nisab, which is the threshold, they have to pay zakat. And in some of these um, calculators or websites that we maybe have some time to visit them at the end of this presentation. It also shows the threshold or the nisab. Of course, in Saudi Arabia, for example, it's not exactly the same nisab maybe in other countries, although it relies mainly on the nisab in gold and silver that came initially in the fiqh. But some countries, they may make the nisab a bit higher in order to make it much easier for the collectors of zakat to go to the group of muzakkin that are able to pay zakat. But at the end of the day, we have the threshold, which can always be computed because people don't pay in silver or in gold, so the respective institution follows up the prices of gold and silver and then get whichever is higher of the lower of them, and then set this as the nisab. Zakat payers can, of course, pay mainly zakat within their communities, but in case that they find that they still have more available for needy people or needy families outside of their communities, because they think that what have been paid to these communities are sufficient. And this is mainly done by the zakat foundations or zakat authorities. They say, now we think that we have reached out for every needy family in our community, but we still have more of zakat paid. Then this is what the objective of World Zakat Waqf Forum is, to go outside of the boundaries of the countries and communities and help the needy Muslim families and individuals outside of these countries abroad. So we would have eventually some platform that shows us if there is a residual of zakat where it should be paid, or a residual of waqf revenue or of sadaqah. It would show where are the needy Muslim communities or families in the world, and this commensurate with the our faith, where Rasulullah said that Muslims are like one body. If one organ is finding, or if one organ is being hit or by a disease, or this one organ is not thank you, if this organ is not feeling well, so the rest of the body gets a fever, so the whole body is responsible on the help of healing this organ. So كما قال, as the Rasul said, المسلم كالبنيان المرصوص. وإن other hadith, Rasul said, المسلمون كجسد واحد إذا اشتكى منه عضو تساعى له أو تداعى له باقي الجسد بالسهر والحمى. So the rest of the body stay late, sleeplessly, and in fever until this single organ is healed or treated. So I hope that I'm communicating this idea of solidarity between Muslim countries and Muslim communities. Next, please. The impact of technology on zakat. I don't know how much do we still have of the time allotted for this presentation, please let me know, because I'm afraid that I go beyond my time. You can just send this maybe in the chat, just let me know, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so as a result, financial technology will provide its users with a flexible and user-friendly system and practical, efficient, transparent, and quick services. I will go a bit faster. The optimization of zakat through the collection and distribution of zakat through digitization can increase its management's effectiveness and efficiency, especially during pandemics like what we had in the COVID-19 pandemic era. So the technology is helping big time the taxpayers and the tax recipients. Of course, this is not enough by itself, but it is a very good support. So Muslims we can get information. Our Islamic institutions of zakat and maybe sadaqat and waqf can get information through a great network that we have, which is the mosques all over the place, and the imams of and muazzin of these mosques can also, through the technology, provide information on the needy families in their neighborhoods. This is a great thing that we have in Islam, because whoever comes to Salah in a masjid, in a jami', can surely know about his neighbors, and he can communicate their need to the imam or to the muaddin who is responsible for that masjid, and they can provide or contribute with such information to the Zakat Foundation or the Zakat Authority to determine the level of living of such family or an individual. So we don't left anybody behind. By this, we can reach out for everybody. And this will encourage and urge people to continue visiting their masjids and jamas in their neighborhood to show the solidarity and the strong fabric of the Muslim society or community. It's very important that we learn about our brothers and sisters in the neighborhood, some orphans, some widows, some poor families, and we care about each other. So sharing information means also caring about these families and the needy people in our society. So also optimization of zakat through the collection and distribution of zakat through digitization. By this, we would know whoever needs the zakat and whoever not, and we will have always an update on the families and on the individuals that were poor and now they don't deserve zakat, and they are not like qualified or eligible for zakat, because as you know, people they don't deserve to take zakat unless they are meeting certain conditions to receive zakat. But some of them maybe are not classified as mustahiqeen for zakat, but they still in not a good situation, so they may deserve to get some revenues or some distributions from waqf or from sadaqat. And this makes the society, as I said earlier, a very tight social fabric for each and every community. The management, as we said, it is very important to know and to update the information and to collect the statistics through all these digital means. Next, please. I don't know how much time we still have, but please let me know, because I don't see that you have provided any information. You can just tell me how much time we still have, because I want to have a good time control.
We have still 20 minutes, sir.
20?
20 minutes. 20 دقائق.
Okay. 20 دقيقة. Okay, thank you. So here I'll go even faster. I'm you know, I'm by nature is a very like a slow person, so I have to go faster. So here we're talking about the Zakat chatbots powered with artificial intelligence technology, replacing the officers who provide information about Zakat and the calculation of it. And I think if we use, as I said earlier, imams and muazzins, masjids, we can have such chatbots to these imams and muazzins, and they can. This empowers through the artificial intelligence, empowers our intelligence of the need of our brothers and sisters among our society. By using blockchain as a cap, payers will have the opportunity to select and decide the zakah contribution to be given to their preferred beneficiaries. As we said earlier, maybe in your community, this is what Sharia says. You start with your community, your very close neighborhood, but then you can choose to say, well, I'm in the US and I'm in a certain city or county, and I'm originally coming from the subcontinent. I come from Bangladesh, for example. So if my neighborhood in that county are getting their sufficient, the sufficient or the sufficient zakah, and I still have additional zakah, I can choose to have this zakah to go to my respective original country where I came originally from, for example, to Bangladesh. And I can decide also in which community in Bangladesh, maybe in my own hometown in Dhaka or in Chittagong, or I'm just giving examples here. So, okay, don't be offended by giving examples. It could be in Saudi Arabia, it could be in any other country. So please just learn that we can do through technology many things, lots of things that we cannot do today. By using, of course, the technology will get lots of benefits, And on top of this, we will have clear and very transparent transactions before the authorities and good governance. Next, please. We still talk here about the impact of technology and the blockchain for zakat payers, and it is empowering the autonomy or select of any specific beneficiaries. We spoke about this without third-party intervention, and this is very, very good. Maybe the third party, the zakat authority or the respective authority in the country can just see and watch and know what is going on, and they would know that these monies are paid to needy like classes of the society, and it's not used for any other purpose. Not for like evading taxes or avoiding to pay taxes or doing this and that. So it would be very transparent. Of course, there are smart contract executed between the zakah authorities and zakah payers as the managers decide wisely and selectively to ensure the smooth transactions and to select who receive the zakat of the needy recipients. Next, please. Without further ado, I don't want to go further on the ability of the traceability. It can be traced, and the accessibility of transactions for information, because nowadays many countries are worried about the movement of cash, movement of money from one place to another. But this would be like very clear for all parties, for all authorities, for all regulators, that the money that is paid from X is going to Y, from X in the A country will go to Y in the C or B country. So this would be very clear, and nothing is going to be hidden or ambiguous for the authorities. Next, please. So as we are talking about the digitalization and in social funding or social financing, uh, I don't want to go further on telling you about how much the technology is very important, but at the end, we have to learn that it is going to give and generate a rigorous and comprehensive reporting system for future references to know who's paid, who received, and what were the means of the zakat, sadaqat, or the revenues or returns from waqf. It also talks about the reduction of the time, the cost, and the transparency, as we said, and the good governance. And the fast moving of the monies that are paid to the needy families or recipients. It is efficiency, productivity, and it's also very transparent. So this is of some of the beauties of using the digitalization and its impact on zakat, sadaqat, and endowment. Please, next. Without dwelling more and more on the technology, it is very important for the collection, distribution, and it's very systematic and transparent by also showing the prioritizing honesty and removing personal and group special interests. Next. Next, please. So here we talk about Saudi Arabia and the zakat platform that gives individuals the chance to pay their zakat smoothly and easily through the electronic payment. And inshallah, I will show you towards the end the websites that shows us the way to pay your zakat as an individual to the needy families and recipients who are in a list or listed by the social insurance, the Ministry of Social Insurance, where you can get all the information. And they have some field visits to the families to survey their inability and to survey their need. And they add to these lists and they remove from these lists based on the economic ability of the individual or the family. So this is very active visits that they do twice, maybe 3 times a year, just to determine the level of need of these families. And of course, in Saudi Arabia, they do have all the banking information on them. And all the zakat that are paid to them through the social insurance, it goes through the electronic means to their bank accounts. So they know also through the integration of different government institutions. They know what property they have, if they have property, if they inherited any money, if they inherited any property, anything that is coming to this family as a wealth or part of their wealth is known to the Ministry of Social Insurance. Next, please. There is an app designed to be more effective in providing fast, reliable, and high-quality services. The Zakat Tax and Customs Authority, it became now one authority, and it is called Zatka. They have launched new application that allows taxpayers from the business sector and individuals to complete their services on their own. So they have a system, platform called ERAD, E-R-A-D, that's for the businesses. where they file all their returns, and the data are collected or pulled and exported from different systems. So they know about this business. If the business is importing from abroad, they know what they imported and how much did they import it for. If they have a number of employees, they have all the names of these employees who are on their payroll, the amounts of wages. They have also all the information on their contracts, whether they have when they sign contracts with a government or with other businesses. And recently, they also have launched what's called electronic invoicing. So for whatever service, for whatever products that you buy or you sell, there has to be an electronic invoice which notifies the ZATCA about such transaction and the amount of that transaction. It's the same for both parties, the seller and the buyer. So this made things much easier for the computation, and every business individually can go and do their filing, the filing of their return electronically, and they pay based on that assessment. And the ZATCA, they receive what's paid by them, but they do have also by the law the right to go and audit the information that were provided by the zakat payer. This is in the case of businesses, but for individuals, no. They pay like on the voluntary platform that I'll be showing you later. And that's all. They are not committed to do anything else. They just pay it, and the ZATCA take all the collected money and send it right away to the social insurance, the Ministry of Social Insurance, who do have the lists of the families and needy individuals, and they transfer their share of the zakat. And if there are also other contributions other than zakat, or like sadaqat or the return of the waqf, they also take it to these families, and knowing for sure the ages, the genders of that respective family, and whoever left that family, whoever got a job. So they can learn like through these technological means all the updates on the status of such family or individual. Next, please. ZATCA, in the app of ZATCA, it provides, of course, like a very reliable and high quality services and information. And they do have 33 services, including submitting zakat and tax returns, registration, businesses and establishment. Now, if there is a new business established or created, and it gets like a commercial registration from the Ministry of Commerce, immediately, the ZATCA, they get this information from the platform of the Ministry of Commerce. And whenever a business closes down, they do also the same thing. So they all updated with the very necessary information right on time, instantly and immediately. So nothing is hidden from the eyes of the government. Next. Here also some examples, like on UAE, they do have a smart zakat advisor. It's also help you to determine how much is the zakat that you need to pay. And they also help you with, it also help with the information of the needy people, and if you want them to help you with also collecting the zakat that you want to pay and send it to the needy persons. There are also the use of AI, artificial intelligence, and the robotic advisors, and also the help desks that are supported by robots, and they give you like answers for the common questions. These are all the technology means that help in doing the zakat properly and sending the zakat to the needy people. Please, next. Let's go next, and maybe we need to see some of these. Here we are just trying to give like the Global Islamic FinTech Report of 2022, as I promised you, produced like by the dinar standard, and this is the estimates that Islamic FinTech market size to $70 billion and projected to grow by 18% annually to reach eventually maybe by 2026 to $170 billion, which is really a big money. We have to watch out of the growth, and we need to also be very prudent in using all of these means to get the maximum benefit out of it. Next, please. These are some of the charts that I spoke about, and you can see the numbers and the names of the countries. Next. Here it talks about the OIC, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. It talks about the FinTech markets. This information are brought from different countries like in Saudi Arabia, Iran, Malaysia, UAE, Turkey, and Indonesia. And these are collectively the top markets. They account for 81% of the OIC. So it means that there is a great chance for other Muslim countries other than these 6 countries to make up for their their usage of the FinTech in order to get with these top 6 OIC, and inshallah we will reach 100% very soon. Next. These are also some illustrations of what we have mentioned, where you see Saudi Arabia is on top of the Islamic members of the OIC, and their market, the size of the market, it shows in billions for the global Islamic FinTech. Saudi Arabia is 26 billion, and then next to it Iran, then Malaysia, UAE, Turkey, and Indonesia. And all of these statistics are taken from the OIC website. Next, please. In conclusion, I know that I'm almost running out of time. The FinTech and Islamic finance industry plays an important role in supporting and encouraging its services and products to consumers, users, beneficiaries, and faster, modern way via the use of technology. It's an innovative opportunity in the financial sector and cannot be ignored by the Islamic financial industry around the globe, because digital customers and mobile banking customers are on the rise. So we have to be with the rest of the world. We actually want to be in the head of the list. We have to be ahead of other countries, inshallah, especially on the collection and distribution of zakat, waqf, and sadaqat. Next, please. If you are able to just click on of these 3 links, just fast clicks, and we'll see what they have. And just to let you know how this business is being done, please go to the first one, zakati.gov.sa, if you can. If you cannot or you don't have time, maybe the brothers and sisters in the audience can take these 3 links and use them. play with them, see what do they have of information. They do have very important information. And the first one, just to explain, zakati, this is for individuals, and this is not obligatory. You can pay this year if you think that you have enough zakat to pay. If you reach the threshold, what we call in Islam or in Sharia, if you have reached to the threshold, which is the number of or the weight of gold or silver that makes you eligible. So it's the threshold. And you can go to next, which is ihsan. Ihsan, this is for mainly for sadaqat that are paid for needy people, needy families, and they do have also waqf on that. So you can make a waqf for like $20 or $100 or 1,000 or 100,000 or 1 million. So, and you can decide what kind of waqf you want. If you want to them to dig water wells for you in sub-Saharan countries, and they do that for you. So you have a waqf of water to needy people in Somalia and maybe in Saudi Arabia, and wherever you want to, in Yemen, you can do that through ihsan. And also you have the ihsan furijat, and this is the last one, where you have the furijat. Furijat, this is for the people who are confined, who are behind bars. They are prisoners in jail because they are unable to pay some of the obligations that they got themselves obligated for, or maybe they had some diyat to be paid, they have hit somebody by their cars, or they have like uh, lost some of amana from somebody else, or they did something wrong, but now they are repenting and they are in the prison, but they have to pay against that for the people that they have lost their money due to their actions. So furijat is this link that you need to go to pay, and you can pay like from 1 riyal, which is 20 or 30 cents, US dollar cents, or you can pay whatever amount you want to pay, and this goes directly to the management of the prisons, and they have committees there, and they give also for individual cases. They show you the cases individually, and you can select who you want to pay for or on behalf. That's make us reach to the conclusion of this presentation. I hope that I have enlightened you with some of the information that you needed. You can determine from the first link, which is zakati, you can determine on daily basis the nisab that is of today. So you can just make your calculation to know if this nisab is, if you as an individual have more money than nisab, then you are subject to pay zakat. If such nisab is with you for one full lunar year, if you have this amount for one full lunar year, so this is the duration. After that, you need to pay your zakat. I thank you all for listening, and I apologize if I missed any point. I'm sorry that you don't have enough time to ask questions, but you can share any questions with me through the Secretariat, and inshallah I will do my best to answer your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shukran Kathiran, Chef, for the listen. Give applause, guys, to our Chef Saleh. Yay, applause online. Thank you very much. I would like to ask you some questions, Chef. Maybe we can still extra time, like 5 until 7 minutes. The question is it possible to distribute zakat not only within a country or area? Because I often find learning in class is related to regulatory issues that we discuss about digitalization, but we have a basic problem in our Muslim country. Is that ikhtilaf baina mazhab. So each countries in Muslim countries have different perspective about the maqasid Sharia. So is it possible we can spread our zakah or halal sector or Islamic finance product to another country with same perspective?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, right. So,
Yes,
I think that we just came across this during the presentation. The maqasid al-sharia always, because you know, today in this time, we are in the 20th century and means are different. In the past, people didn't have the means to move from one place to place like what we do have today. People used to be linked to their small communities. But today, Muslims can be available anywhere in any continent. So the needy people can be anywhere. I'm not going to give you like a scholar of Sharia answer, but I'm mostly on the economic side, and being one of the deputies of the Secretary General of All Zakat Waqf Forum, we have in our core principles of Zakat this intention to go for maybe not today, maybe next year or the year after, to reach out to establishing or maybe getting some support to establish a platform that says if our brother from Indonesia has extra on the zakat that he had contributed with to his community, so the residual, the extra would go to the platform, and the platform would go and send it to a needy family or a group of needy people in some other Muslim countries. So it's not related to madhab, it is only related to the principles of zakat, that zakat starts in your community. First, zakat goes to your very close relatives, and then you go beyond that and beyond that. This is the philosophy of zakat, okay? Because we don't want, because one of the major objectives of zakat is to keep the community close to each other in their level of living. Otherwise, there would be some envy and some a conflict between the members of that community. If there are some very rich people and very poor people, the very poor people would not withstand such status, and they may turn to be criminals, and they may kill, and may they steal. But if you give them their sufficient needs for their like decent life, then they don't have to go, they don't need to go to criminalize or to attack or to steal from others. So this is the philosophy, this is the concept, that you suffice the need of your close circle, and then you go to wider and wider circles. I hope that answered your question.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikh, for your answer. It's very insightful for us. Hopefully we can discuss about this topic in another time. Thank you. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, anytime. And if you have any questions, you can address these questions. You can send them by email through the secretariat, and I promise that I will answer the questions that I know their answers. If I don't, then you just excuse me.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Chef, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Alhamdulillah, we
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chef Salam.
Thank you.
And also we move to next agenda to give us some message and any impressions from the participate. We have two participants who want to give their message and impression about this winter course. Okay. We have Ivan Zizinga. Hello, brother, Ivan Zizinga. Or we have Nurfala Safitri. Are you ready, brother, Ivan Zizinga?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah. Time is yours. You have 3 minutes, 3 until 4 minutes to share your experience, your message to us, to all participants in this winter course. Falyatafaddalu, mashkur.
Okay.
Time is yours.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Clearly.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to give my testimony about this winter course. As I have been introduced, my name is Ivan Zizinga. I am from Uganda, but currently studying from India, and I am an SCS student. I have very good points about this course, starting from how the enrollment was done up to the day now that we are finishing it. I really appreciate the course communications that have been made constantly, the use of social media to make sure that we all attend the sessions. They have been always constantly reminding us when the sessions are starting, and also someone is following up on the attendance. That has been really great, and I think it is new to me as far as the summer sessions I've tried to attend in the past. I also talk about the nature of content that has been organized. Personally, I had objectives, and when I was applying for it, being a finance student, I was looking at the Islamic financing. I had an opportunity to get a snippet of Islamic financing in my advanced financial management course in SCCA. I really fell in love with the principles of Islamic financing. You would ask me that, what is a Christian doing here on this course? It's because of my exposure to the Islamic financing in AFM that pushed me to look for other opportunities to study more about Islamic financing. And I would say that this summer school has really added a lot as far as what I expected, because I anticipate to work in the audit field when I go back to my country. And I think I'm going to be of a fundamental contribution as far as Islamic financing is concerned. I mean, if I am on a team that is going to be auditing, let me say, an Islamic institution, I will not be new to the terms of Waqf, the terms of blockchain, and all that is related to Islamic financing. And for me, it's really a good thing because of the principles that are attached to this kind of financing. I think I would give a snapshot into some of the sessions that were really so much important that have impacted on us as students who have attended, starting from the digitalization of Islamic social finance towards Islamic green economy by Dr. Mohammed. For me, the way the content was represented made a lot of impact. And so that means that the selection of all presenters was really on point, in that the content delivery system were all perfect. They were aimed at us understanding the concepts. And that's what every school or every content delivery should achieve. And I believe those who have fully attended these sessions have really gained. I can also talk about the presentation by Professor Raditya S, which was on blockchain based on Waqf crowdfunding. For me, the way I have been perceiving blockchain and how it has been explained, it really makes more sense now, especially when it comes to the features that have been discussed here: the mutability, the transparency, the efficiency. This is information that I could not relate to finance, but now I can see that blockchain can be the way to go in terms of finance, and I believe we can have it all. Before I conclude, I want to thank all the organizers for this summer school, and thank you so much for getting the best, if I can say, best presenters, and thank you so much for taking care of us. I know we are from different time zones, but you've tried to ensure that we can all be able to follow up and attend the sessions. I remain Ivan Zizinga from Uganda.
Thank you, Mr. Ivan Zizinga from Uganda, for amazing experience share with us. Before we go to Miss Nurfala Sapitri, min fadlik Sheikh Charlie. Soleh.
Yes.
من فضلك عندنا صور معكم بعض الشهادة يعني.
طيب إن شاء الله.
ما مشكلة. Okay, we have a documentation session. Before documentation, we want to give you some shahada, some certificate from winter course. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. The operator can take picture. 3, 2, 1. Okay. And public share. Shukran.
Thank you very much. مع السلامة.
مع السلامة شيخ. Okay. After documentation session, we move to message from Miss Nurfala Sapitri. Hello, Miss.
Hello, sir.
Apa kabar?
Okay. I'm fine, thank you. Baik.
Okay, where do you come from,
Okay.
Miss Nurfala? Which city?
I'm from Palembang.
Oh,
Raden Fata Palembang.
Oh, Raden Fata Palembang. Okay, halo sahlan, wong kita galo. Okay, time is yours.
Okay, thanks a bunch for the opportunity, Mr. Muhammad. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For this moment, I just want to say thank you. I'm very grateful to the committee, especially my LO, Miss Bunga Zakia, who has provided information clearly about the agenda in every day. After following this agenda, I get a lot of knowledge about the application about Islamic economics, especially in the field of Islamic social finance. I hope I can realize it in my daily activities. For me, this agenda is very, very important to follow to us to increase our knowledge and I hope I can see you next time in next agenda. Of course, for me, it's something very, very valuable, and the most important is all agenda free of charge. Thank you, IPB University, all committees, all speakers, and media support. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Miss Nurfala from Palembang. Okay, now we will announce award for the best participant, best essay, best essay, and also best performance cultural. Okay. Okay. Winner of cultural sharing performance. Second winner is in Alpha from Bangladesh. Congratulations. Yay. The second runner-up is Fiona Ramadini from Indonesia. Congratulations, Fiona. And the winner of cultural sharing performance is Ivan Zizinga from Uganda. Congratulations for the winner. We have 2,250,000 rupiah for the winner, and for the first runner-up, 1,750,000 rupiah, and the second runner-up is 1,250,000 rupiah. Congratulations! Okay. Next competition is the winner of international SI competition. Please welcome the second runner-up. Congratulations for the team, the urgency of Islamic social finance in the Indonesian economic through the development of resource infrastructure by Tim Nilam Khairunisa IPB, Nabila Zahra IPB, Amalia Mutia Izazi IPB, Fitria Salsabila IPB, Nurfala Safitri, Raden Fatas Palembang, and Arfatul Islam from Dhaka University. Congratulations. Inshallah, barakallahu fiqh. Mabruk. Okay, the first runner-up for the winner international essay competition goes to Team Islamic Vintage, reaching the next generation of Muslims. Congratulations, guys. By Nova Rahman, IPB University, Salsabila Sabila, IPB University, Ataya Firdaus, IPB University, Petrus Ika Firdaus, di Islamic State University of Malang, Mumu Muhammad from Istanbul University, hello Mumu, and Tisa Asnayanti from Padang State University, Universitas Negeri Padang. Okay. And the last but not least, the winner of international essay competition is Team Over of Wakaf Utilization through the point of view of Imam Shafi'i and Mondir Haq pada Wakaf-based educational institution by Ageng Pasatoyo IPB University, Muhammad Akmal IPB University, Tegar Sumbagja IPB University, Sifa Nur Fauziyah IPB University, Alida Harahap Erlangga University, and Teguh Rizka Maulana Utama Al-Azhar University. Congratulations. Also have the winner is 2,250,000 rupiah. First runner-up 1,750,000 rupiah, and the second runner-up get 1,250,000 rupiah. Barakallahu fikum jami'an. Okay, congratulations. May Allah give us barakah, taufiq, and najah to all participants. We move to next agenda. Excellencies, lecturer, and all participants, ladies and gentlemen, brother and sister, we are now going to listen to the closing speech, which will be delivered by the Secretary of Islamic Finance Department of IPB University, Ms. Dr. Laili Arsyanti. To the Miss, falyatafaddal mashkura, the time is yours.
Thank you, Brother Awang. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Syekh Dr. Saleh Al-Wajri from World Zakat Forum, Professor Dr. Nur Ahmad from Basnas Indonesia, Mrs. Indrijati Rahayu and her team from Prudential Syariah, if you all present now, and the Honorable, our distinguished guest speakers, Dr. Muhammad Ubaidullah from Islamic Development Bank, Professor Aditya Sukmana from Erlangga University, Professor Habib Ahmed, Mr. Bondan Margono, Mufti Faras Adam, Mr. Umar Munsi, Dr. Nida Khan, Dr. Hayu Prabowo, Professor Zainul Bahanur, Dr. Maria Adaci, Dr. Khalifah Muhammad Ali, and Professor Rahmin Dahuri. And my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night in Indonesia and good morning and afternoon in the other side of the world. Alhamdulillah, praise to Allah the Almighty, because of His mercy, we finally can gather in this closing ceremony of the Islamic Economics Intercourse 2022. Department of Islamic Economics, Faculty of Economics and Management, IPB University Indonesia, always try to serve the Ummah to the best effort of Islamic economics and finance education, research, and community service. We have been organizing annual international events since the department was launched in 2017. The Islamic Economics Winter Course itself has been hosted since 2019, so we are in the fourth year. Alhamdulillah, this year's program has 355 registered participants, comprising students and general participants from 17 different countries and backgrounds, gathered to learn from 13 experts from various expertise about digital technology and its impact on Islamic social finance. Although during the sessions, some may on and off, but it's okay, inshallah, as long as you can benefit from this course. This winter course is one of our concern, because Islamic social finance is critical to advancing Islamic economics in Indonesia and in the world, as primary instruments in environmental protection and forest preservation. For example, our lectures in Department of Islamic Economics have developed the Wakaf-based forest led by Dr. Khalifah Muhammad Ali. On behalf of the IPB University Faculty of Economics and Management, Department of Islamic Economics, we thank you all for your active participation and contribution. So the event, alhamdulillah, ran successfully and produced the expected outcomes. Congratulations to all the award winners. We hope that we have gained theoretical knowledge and understandings of Islamic social finance and its digitalization. And I would also like to thank all of the committees who have made this event, who have made a great effort to make this event available. With this, I conclude my address and close the event by reciting Hamdalah, Alhamdulillahirabbil Alamin. Thank you very much and see you in the next year's event, insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Ms. Laili, Secretary Department of Islamic Economics, IPB University, for the grateful speech, closing speech. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Now, before we close this winter course, we can get some picture for participants. So we have a photo session. So the participant will open the camera so we can make a documentation before we closing the program. Thank you. Okay. MashaAllah, our brother and sister from another continent and country. Okay, from the slide one, we have 7 slides in here. For the first slide, 3, 2, 1, smile guys. Idhat dunya. Okay, second slide. 3, 2, 1, thank you. And third slide. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. The fourth slide. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. The fifth slide. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. The sixth slide. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. And the last slide. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with this documentation session, the Islamic Winter Course 2022 is officially closed. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Let us all be guided by all the things we have learned and heard throughout the program and be able to see and influence the future of Islamic economics and finance around the world. Inshallah, Amin. We will also like to express our gratitude to all participants you have joined to our program. this year and have attended all the session until now. And we also would like to ask you forgiveness, especially me as a master of ceremony. You have found many shortcomings or mistakes or inconveniences from us as the committees. And ma'assalamah, till we meet again at the same program. Inshallah, may Allah always take care of all you during the after pandemic situation. Amin, inshallah. This is the really end of 2022 Islamic Winter Course Program, ladies and gentlemen. Close up. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, dan dua kafaratul majlis. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. See you in the next year Islamic Winter Course. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you guys.